Hey there, Raelan here. I suspect most of us have at least some understanding of what our lymphatic system is, but don't fully get how it works, why it's important, and all the different things that we can do to support it. So in this video, that's exactly what I'm going to go over. And we're going to do that right now. So the lymphatic system is part of our immune system and helps protect us from infection and disease. We have lymph fluid all throughout our body. We actually have more lymph fluid in our body than we have blood. And the lymph fluid passes through a series of lymph nodes that are located all over our body and connected by a network of vessels. Now, I did not know this until recently. If you had to guess, how many lymph nodes do you think we have in our body? I recently learned that we have between 500 and 600 lymph nodes in our body. I had no idea. I just learned this. No matter how much I learn over the years about health, I still am learning new stuff every day. And incidentally, if you're enjoying learning new stuff with me and you haven't already subscribed, I invite you to subscribe. I've got lots of really exciting stuff coming up on the channel over the next couple of months. And one of my YouTube gurus, Agle, has a plant on his table when he makes his videos, and he has over 2 million subscribers. So if you do subscribe and it was the plant that pushed you over and got you to do that, let me know in the comments. So these 500 to 600 lymph nodes in our body are distributed throughout our body in clusters, and they are found in the underarms, groin, neck, chest, and abdomen. And inside all of these lymph nodes are white blood cells, and these white blood cells break down and attack bacteria and viruses, damaged cells, cancer cells, and so forth. And then eventually the lymph fluid carries the waste products and the destroyed bacteria back into our bloodstream. And then the liver and kidneys then remove this from our blood. And since our lymph fluid doesn't have a pump to keep it moving throughout our body, like our heart does for our blood, there are things that we can do, things that we need to do in order for that lymph fluid to move and effectively do what it needs to do to keep us healthy. And there are some fairly simple things that we can do to get it moving, and I'm going to go over some of those right now. One of these things is something called dry skin brushing. I'm not sure if you have heard of this, but there are these special brushes that you can buy. You can get them on Amazon. They're fairly cheap. They've got a long handle and a soft bristle on the end, and then you can just brush it over your skin and all over your body. And since the lymph vessels are very shallow in our body, they're right below the skin. Just by gently brushing the skin, that gets that lymph fluid moving. Another way we can get lymph moving in our body, and this used to be one of my favorite ways when I lived someplace when it was especially cost effective, is by going for massages. Massage also gets our lymph fluid moving. And you can get special massages called lymph drainage massage in some places. And if you can't currently afford to go for massages, because some places, like where I am right now, it's hella expensive, you can massage yourself. Giving yourself a massage is just as effective as having somebody else do it. Now, a third way that you can get lymph moving in your body is by taking alternating hot and cold showers. This is something that I have been doing for years now. Now, it wasn't an easy practice to get started, but once I got in the habit, now I don't even think about it. In the beginning, it was a little bit tough to convince myself to turn off that really nice warm water and put it to cold and sit there and shiver for a minute or two. But in time, I became to really appreciate that part of my shower, because over the years, I learned more and more how this helps with many different things, not just our lymphatic system. So if you're not doing this already and you feel like this is something that might be safe and helpful for you, and you decide to give it a try and you don't love it straight off the bat, just hang in there. Maybe give it a couple more shots, because I promise you, you will get used to it and maybe even start to enjoy it. A fourth way that we can keep our lymph flowing in our body, another one that I just learned about not too long ago, is by wearing loose clothing. I have a lot of tight clothing, as you can see, lots of yoga pants and gym clothes and things that just feel like compression garments. And this is restricting the lymph flow in our body. So especially if you're facing some kind of health challenge right now, it might be a good idea to get in the habit of wearing looser clothing more often than not. This way, you're not unnecessarily restricting that lymph fluid flow in your body. And a fifth way that we can get our lymphatic fluid moving in our body, which I also didn't learn about until later in my health recovery journey from chronic fatigue syndrome, is that deep breathing serves as a pump for moving our lymph fluid. And I love this one because it's simple. It can be done while you're sitting down, lying down, and doesn't require that much energy. And a sixth way to get that lymph moving, I know I said only 5, but here's a bonus one for you, is to drink lots of water. Apparently, drinking lots of water helps to flush our lymphatic system and keep things moving. How I make sure I get enough water and have a conscious approach to my water consumption is that at the start of each day, I pour myself a large container of water with how much water I want to drink for the day. And then I pour it out throughout the day, and my aim is to finish it by dinner time. And although this video is about ways to get your lymphatic fluid moving without exercise, of course, if you can safely manage exercise, it's a really effective way to get things moving in your body. Any kind of exercise at all. Stretching, movement, cardio, weightlifting, playing sports, rebounding on mini trampolines is supposed to be especially effective. So when this is safe and manageable for you, this is a great way to go. And if it's not currently something that you can do right now, don't sweat it, pun intended. You'll get there soon enough. Just keep doing what you're doing, taking care of yourself, and it hopefully will be possible soon. So you might have already been doing some things to take care of your lymphatic system, but perhaps there was 1 or 2 things in this video that are new to you or that you forgot about. So I invite you to right now make note of 1 or 2 of these things. Write them down somewhere, put a note on your phone to start doing them daily and incorporate them into your routine. I find the easiest way is to habit stack it with something else. So pair it with an activity that you're already doing so you will remember to do it. So if you make tea every morning, while the tea is boiling, do your deep breathing exercise. And to get you started, maybe put a little note by your teapot to help you remember. But in time, those habits will be paired or stacked, and you won't even have to think about it. Baby steps. In my experience, it's 1 new small habit at a time. That is what gets you where you're trying to go. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to support the channel, you can click the super thanks button below the video for about $2 and you'll get a fancy icon next to your comment. And thank you for watching. And whatever you're facing, hang in there, keep going. You have totally got this. And I will see you in the next video.